Number 10, Goodkind. This quaint Bayview hideaway is a successful marriage of outstanding cuisine and beverages. This can be attributed to the supergroup ownership of the chefs Paul Zirkel and Lisa Kirkpatrick, BJ and Jessica Seidel of Bernhardt's Bar, and Katie Rose, who completes the circle with an awesome cocktail menu. Anytime you have a ravenous appetite, it's a perfect spot to go since you know the seasonal American menu will knock you out. Number 9, EsterEv. The only restaurant within a restaurant in the city, Dan, which is open on Friday and Saturday nights, gives owner chefs Dan Jacobs and Dan Van Wright the freedom to experiment without being constrained by a set daily menu. The Prix Fixe multi-course menu is nonetheless highly approachable while being more historic than familiar. This social experiment, as Jacobs has dubbed it, demonstrates the disarming, delicious results that may be achieved when cooks are free to just create. Number 8, The Diplomat. Yes, business has picked up in the classy pub and restaurant since chef and co-owner Dane Baldwin earned a James Beard Award in 2022. But it's still as grounded as ever. This meal, which consists of a variety of tiny and shareable plates, has a depth that might not be apparent because it isn't spectacular, simply well done. Number 7, La Dama Mexican Kitchen and Bar. I recall questioning whether it was a mistake when Chef Peggy Magister shuttered Crazy Water, renowned for its kitchen behind the bar, and replaced it with an enhanced version of Latin food. However, Emmanuel Corona, her longtime chef at Crazy Water, bought the company after Magister sold it to him, and the meal, which pays homage to his country Mexico, is delightful. Number 6, Camevor Steakhouse Modern. The term I want to use here is Tony. The Surge restaurant group has polished and glossed this meat landmark where diners indulge on expensive Japanese Wagyu over a period of 17 years. While many would object to the prices, it's challenging to think of a local establishment where steaks and their accompaniments are as wonderfully prepared. Executive Chef Mario Guglielmi is particularly skilled at developing flavors. Number 5, Calucenzo. Not only does this restaurant give pasta its due, but Zach and Sarah Baker, two of the industry's most ardent supporters, manage it. You leave here thinking, wow, between his creative food and her skills in the front of the home, the only piece of flair in this modern, minimalist style are the plates, which are vintage and have lovely feminine patterns. To get the most mouth-watering views, sit at the pasta counter. Number 4, Braise. In addition to being a restaurant, the farm-to-table retreat also serves as a cooking school, a venue for special events, and a place to buy fresh eggs, frozen meats, and pantry essentials. Less substantial than in previous years, the menu emphasizes small portions with a few large format dinner specials offered on weekends. Number 3, Birch. Owner chef Kyle Knowles' cooking is characterized by fusion of a farm-to-fork philosophy with straightforward, inconspicuous meals. Even though the winters in Wisconsin might appear like a barrier, they don't exist here. The cuisine is always changing and fresh thanks to Knoll, Stonebank Farm Market's culinary director, who maintains a commitment to local sourcing. He also knows how to season food. There are lots of herbs and vibrant flavors. Number 2, Bavette. I became aware of how crowded the first location was, even though I enjoyed its closeness after moving into new quarters last spring. These spaces were spacious, bright and modern, with a more noticeable presence on Broadway. The new one, though, still has a functional kitchen on exhibit and is trendy, brighter and roomier. Customers experience a sense of community. Number 1, Bacchus. 4 years have passed since the Bartolotas began their campaign to dispel the notion that this 19-year-old fine dining venue is only appropriate for special occasions. They made the space more airy, modern and less stuffy. It now feels more inclusive, which is in my book is a victory.